Big news alert for every green card holder and immigrant in the US. What if I told you that a mistake you made years ago, even a decade ago, could now put your entire future in America at risk? Yes, we're talking about deportation, travel bans, and losing the life you've built here. All because of one old DUI charge. A new bill passed by the U.S. House of Representatives, called the Protect Our Communities from DUIs Act, is making waves and sending shockwaves through immigrant communities. If this becomes law, green card holders, international students, H-1B workers, basically anyone who isn't a U.S. citizen could face deportation or be denied entry for something that happened long ago. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, it's very real, and here's the scary part. You don't even need a conviction. According to immigration attorneys, just admitting to drinking and driving, even if charges were dropped or you took a plea, could make you inadmissible to the United States. That means if you leave the country for a short trip and this law passes while you're gone, you might never be allowed back in. Imagine this. You've lived here for 10, 15, maybe 20 years. You own a home. Your kids go to school here. Your job is here, and suddenly, one mistake from years ago changes everything. One night, one bad decision, and now your American dream could vanish. Attorneys are already warning. If you have a DUI on your record, take this seriously. Some experts are even saying, apply for citizenship now if you're eligible, because once this law takes effect, it might be too late. So, why is this happening? Supporters of the bill say it's about safety, reducing accidents, and protecting lives. But critics argue it skips due process, ignores rehabilitation, and punishes people who have already paid their dues. In today's video, we're breaking it all down. What this bill really means, who is at risk, what steps you should take right now to protect yourself and your family. Because trust me, this is not a law you can afford to ignore. Now that we've set the stage, let's really dig into what this proposed law means for you, your family, and your future in the United States. First, let's start with the basics. The bill, known as the Protect Our Communities from DUIs Act, or H.R. 875, has already passed the U.S. House of Representatives and is now moving through the Senate. Its stated goal is to make communities safer by targeting drunk driving offenses. On the surface, that might sound reasonable, because nobody wants dangerous drivers on the roads, and we all agree that DUIs can cause real harm. But the problem with this law is how it targets immigrants, especially green card holders and other non-citizens, for something that might have happened many years ago, even a decade or more. Right now, most low-level DUIs do not automatically trigger deportation or prevent someone from entering the U.S., but if this bill becomes law, the rules could change dramatically. A green card holder who made a mistake 10 years ago might suddenly be treated as if they're a threat to society today. Even someone who admitted to drinking and driving but never faced a conviction could find themselves considered inadmissible or at risk of deportation. Imagine planning a family vacation overseas, and when you return, you are stopped at the airport and told you can't re-enter the country. The life you've built here, the home, your career, your children's education, could be in jeopardy overnight. It's hard to even wrap your head around, but immigration attorneys are warning that this is a very real possibility. What makes this even scarier is the law's lack of context or proportionality. There's no consideration for rehabilitation, no chance to show that you've turned your life around. It doesn't matter if it was a one-time mistake or if you've spent years being a responsible, contributing member of society. The bill doesn't account for the fact that people grow, learn from their errors, and make amends. Instead, it treats nearly every DUI as a serious immigration violation. The implications are enormous. This isn't just about green card holders. International students, H-1B workers, and even people in the process of adjusting their immigration status could be affected. The reach is broad, and the consequences could be devastating. You might be wondering, how could a single past mistake suddenly become so dangerous? Immigration attorneys explain that the bill's language is alarmingly broad. It doesn't require a conviction, and even admissions of drinking and driving, dropped charges, or plea agreements could make someone inadmissible. That means someone who thought they had fully resolved their case years ago could now face uncertainty, fear, and potentially a lifetime of complications with their immigration status. It's enough to keep anyone up at night, and understandably so. The emotional toll of thinking your life could be uprooted at any moment is overwhelming, especially for those who have built a family and life here in the U.S. Experts are urging action. If you're eligible for U.S. citizenship, many attorneys suggest applying immediately. Becoming a citizen could provide a layer of protection against these kinds of immigration threats. For those who have a DUI record, seeking legal counsel is critical. Lawyers can help assess your situation, prepare defenses, and make sure you understand your rights and options. Delaying action could leave you vulnerable, and the consequences could be irreversible if the bill passes while you remain unaware or unprepared. It's important to remember that the intent behind the law, reducing drunk driving and protecting communities, is one that many people support. After all, no one wants lives to be lost on the road. But the way this legislation is structured raises serious concerns about fairness and justice. It treats past mistakes as permanent markers of character, disregarding personal growth, rehabilitation, and the context in which those mistakes happened. For immigrants who have spent years or decades contributing to society, this can feel deeply unjust. It's not just about legality, it's about the emotional and psychological weight of knowing that a single error, long ago, could overshadow a lifetime of positive contributions. Another key point to understand is the potential impact on travel. Even if you have a green card and have lived in the U.S. for years without issue, taking a trip abroad could suddenly put you at risk. If this law passes while you're overseas, you might be denied re-entry based on a past DUI. That's why immigration experts emphasize caution with international travel and proactive legal planning. The uncertainty alone is stressful, and knowing what steps to take now can provide a sense of control in an otherwise frightening situation. This is also about community awareness. Many people might not even realize that an old DUI could pose such a risk. Sharing this information with friends, family, and colleagues who are green card holders or non-citizens can make a real difference. Awareness allows people to take action, consult attorneys, and make informed decisions about citizenship, travel, or legal defense strategies. Ignorance is the biggest risk in this situation because once the law takes effect, correcting or mitigating its impact could be far more difficult. At the end of the day, this is about protecting your life, your family, and your future in the United States. While the law is moving through the Senate and could change in the coming months, staying informed, acting quickly, and seeking proper legal guidance is the best way to safeguard yourself. No one wants to live in fear of deportation for something that happened years ago, but the reality is that this could affect thousands of immigrants if it becomes law. Taking steps now, whether applying for citizenship, consulting with an attorney, or understanding your legal options, can provide peace of mind and a path forward. Remember, mistakes happen, and the past should not define your future. But preparation, awareness, and proactive action are your strongest tools right now. This proposed law is serious, and understanding its implications could be the difference between security and uncertainty. Keep your eyes open, your information current, and your plans in motion. Your life in the U.S. matters, and taking steps today could protect everything you've worked so hard to build. So, here's the bottom line. This proposed law is real, it's serious, and it could affect thousands of immigrants across the country. But here's the empowering part. You still have options, and you can take steps today to protect yourself and your family. Knowledge is power, and acting early could make all the difference between uncertainty and security. Before you go, I have one small favor to ask. Hit that like button. Not just for me, but for the countless other immigrants who need to see this video and get this vital information. Liking, sharing, and subscribing helps this message reach the people who need it most, and it could literally save someone from a life-changing situation. Remember, this isn't just about a law. It's about protecting the life you've built and the future you deserve here in the United States. Stay alert, stay proactive, and take control of your path forward. Your future matters, and it's never too early to protect it.